And it's great to be welcoming back to Flow Melissa Lukin. G'day, Melissa. Great to be chatting to you again.
Oh, you too, Clayton. Thanks for having me.
Last time, it's always our pleasure. And last time we spoke, it was about the song you had called On the Water, which we loved. A great little song. You've got a new one out. And one of the things that impresses me is looking at the video. You certainly put some great videos up. I love the last one, and I think you've outdone yourself on this new one.
Oh, I love that. Thanks for saying so. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. The video aspect for me is just as important because I have a lot of people around me who are really invested in that kind of art because my husband works in film and TV, and as do a lot of his friends, obviously, and our family friends. So it's a pretty big deal, the video thing, when it comes to myself and the projects I do.
I can understand that. There is a sort of a bit of pressure there without there being pressure there.
Yeah, exactly. I just let them do their thing. You know, they talk lighting and they talk this and all the technical stuff, and I just do my performing thing to camera and let them do their magic.
Yeah, it's always good. Do you enjoy that side of it more so than the music side of it? Because you seem to enjoy when I see the clip, and it's playing while I'm talking to you now, and you seem to really enjoy it. So. Does it mean more? I know you said it's important to you, but does it mean a bit more than just doing a song?
I think it's all part and parcel. I think for me it's about the project. So a visual is what brings the song to life. It doesn't always. There's many songs that you hear that you don't need to see any visual for it to make an impact. For me, I wouldn't say it's more important. I just... When you say I look comfortable or when I look like I'm enjoying myself, it's because I've done that for so many years. I've been a performer first, even before I started singing. I was a dancer and I did lots of stage shows. So stage for me is a really comfortable place. It's not scary for me to actually go in front of a camera or be on stage and move about and things like that.
So you can sing, you can dance, you can act. You are a triple threat, Melissa.
I suppose you could say that. You could. Maybe I don't use all of those skills on a daily basis anymore, but for sure, back in the day, I probably was all of those things at once.
So I haven't spoken to a triple threat before, so I feel very privileged and very honoured. So thank you for that.
Oh, thank you.
Now, just as I'm looking at the clip playing right now for me, you're sitting in the driver's seat of a very cool convertible Mustang. Is that yours, or did you have to borrow it for the clip?
No, that one was actually borrowed for the clip. That was not my Mustang, no. We just wanted something with no roof, so that was what we went with.
I like that. We don't want a roof on it, so yeah.
I don't want a roof, so that's what we went with. And it's really funny. I shouldn't point it out, but afterwards my husband said, "Oh no," he said, "Oh no." When we were watching back on the film clip, you can see Andy's auto rentals as clear as day on the license plate. It was quite funny. I was like, "Oh, it doesn't matter. That's fine." But yeah, I brought attention to it now, haven't I?
Yeah, you have, because now I'm looking for it. Now I'm looking. I shouldn't do that. But those things happen. I mean, that's little things slip through, and then there it is. I see it.
Can you see it?
Yes, I just saw it.
So there you go, the secrets of film and TV.
But it's a cool looking car too, so I wouldn't mind having one in my driveway. But anyway, those are things that happen. Now, it's the clip. We should say the song's called "Caught Up in a Dream," and it certainly is a very dreamy sounding song. And I really got that sense listening to it even before I saw the clip of just being taken away and just floating off somewhere.
Yep. That's pretty much me to a T, Clayton. That's what most of my music has, that feel, because, that's what it's all about for me. I'm such a dreamer. I'm the biggest Pisces you'll ever meet, I'm a very imaginative, creative and floaty, wafty kind of person. Yeah, so it comes out in my music for sure.
How hard is it then to keep yourself centred? Because I've spoken to people, and I've got a friend who's a real dreamy person as well, and that's one of the things that they tend to be, flighty and off, and I say to him, mate, you've just got to get yourself centred, and he sort of looks at me like, what are you talking about? That's a foreign language. I don't understand what you mean. So how's that for you?
I can completely relate to him. It just doesn't come easy for some people, I guess, me being one of them. Yeah, it is hard for me, definitely, to center myself and just focus on one thing at a time. Yeah, I find it, if I'm honest, I really struggle. I find it very difficult, actually. And imagine that, being a mum. I've got 2 kids and my husband works away quite a lot. So, yeah, I have to manage all of those things with the brain that I have, which is a creative one, not an organised one.
Well, you must be doing something right. You must have sort of developed some skills, so you're doing okay. So just hang in there.
I'm doing all right. I shouldn't be so hard on myself, hey? Yeah.
Exactly right, exactly right. Where did you film the clip as well? I'm assuming not too far from where you live.
Yeah, it was filmed at a friend's private house in Tallabudgera Valley on the Gold Coast.
Yep.
So she uses that venue she hires it out for weddings and all sorts of things, photography sessions. Such a cool place, because it had every scene that you see in that clip was filmed on that property, including the indoor, the barn, all of the areas, the whole thing was done in just one spot. So that's why we chose that. Yeah.
It's a good spot. It's a very good spot, and it perfectly suits the song and that as well. And in the notes here that they gave me for the song, they've got this line here where they've got, it's a country chill style song. So I'm just starting to think that maybe you've developed this new genre within country, because there seems to be so many others, of country chill. How do you feel about that?
I'll take it. I love it. That's so funny, because, and I think it will always be the case. I've actually had, to be honest, a couple of people say to me, okay, for this next song, maybe we'll punch it out a little bit more and rock it up and push you out there. But at this point in time, that would be going against my creative flow or what I want to do. So, yeah, I love that. Country chill, I'll take it. I think that's cool. Even moving forward, like tropical kind of islandy vibes in there as well. Yep. Maybe we could create, or I could create a new genre, like you say.
Well, I've spoken to other artists that's how their music's been described, is in it's a different sort of sub-genre within country, which these days seems to be so fractured. There's so many different varieties within it. It's not just, when you say it's country, it's not like when I was growing up, if you were told that, oh, that's a country song, you kind of knew what it was. Nowadays, when they say it's a country song, you go, well, what do you mean? I mean, what sort of country?
Yeah, exactly. There's so many different, so many different variations of the sound. Country rock, you've got chill, you've got pop, you've got alternate, you've got all sorts. Pop, even some of these, even the EDM type sounds are coming in to country and mixing together. So yeah, who knows? I think it's just country music tells a story, right? As long as it tells a story and has that feel, it can be any style of country.
Now, Melissa, you said you're a mum, and your hubby works away sometimes, you're looking after the kids, and then that sort of creative urge happens. How do you cope with that when you've got demanding kids and, you kind of need the hubby around and you've got this creative urge? So how do you tackle all that?
It's just about putting aside time for it. And you know what? For me, I fought the creative urge for many years. That's kind of what this song's actually about. It's really about being caught up in the dream of what life is or supposed to be as a mum or a family, but, having these other aspirations and wanting to kind of break out and do that. How do I cope with it? I'm funny. Like, once I get an idea, I'm pretty good at nailing it and just putting my head down and making it happen, which is what's happened with the last 2 songs. It was just really important to me. So that's how I manage it. If it's important and it's really there sitting strong in my heart, then I will do it. Yeah. So that's sort of how it happened for me. Yeah.
How do you get your creative inspiration? Does it come through listening to the music or going for walks or reading? I'm just intrigued by how it all sort of comes together for you.
It's usually by listening to other music. For me, the way that this particular song came about was a binge fest on Nashville, the TV series.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was late to the party with Nashville, and I had never seen an episode at all until last year. And I watched it every night when the kids went to bed. I'd watch 2 or 3. And that's where it kind of came from, the inspiration or the style for the music. And for me, it's always melody first. Yeah. So I always have that melody stuck in my head, and I can pretty much hear the entire song without lyrics in my head beforehand. And then I'll go to a friend. In my case, it's someone called Luke Batterbury in Melbourne, and he helps me tweak the lyrics and that's how it forms for me. That's how it has the last two songs anyway.
Which do you enjoy the most, the melody side or the lyric side?
Or I think for me, I'm better at melody, put it that way. Melody comes pretty easy, and I enjoy that because it's the feel of it for me. It's all about the feel. The story writing and the actual storytelling has to come from a little bit deeper, or it's a little bit more challenging for me. So I would say I enjoy the melody side, the music side more. Okay,
I understand that. Fair enough. Well, just before we get to hear the song, Melissa, what have you got coming up for the rest of 2021? Because we're forgetting last year. This year's going to be a bigger and better year. So what's coming up for you?
Let's hope so. I've got a awesome music festival in July happening called Country on Keppel. So that's out on Great Keppel Island up this way with Brad Butcher and Jasmine Ray. They are headlining. So I'm excited about that. And I'll be doing some local gigs, sticking to Queensland for the moment, just for the time being. And I do have another festival that I think is in the pipeline for later in the year, so pretty excited about that. And I also have 2 more releases happening this year, so June and then again in November.
Okay, I dare say we'll be chatting about that. So you're keeping up where you are at the moment. Is that because things get a bit too cold for you northerners and you can't handle it?
Look, hey, I love the south. Don't get me wrong. I used to live in Melbourne, but I know that Adelaide's similar-ish sort of weather. No, it's not so much. It's just about family stuff with us. We're renovating a house at the moment, so it is literally gutted. At the moment, I'm going to stick fairly local, sticking to Queensland, and I think next year I'll look at what I can do, possibly teaming up with some other artists. We'll think about that kind of thing, and coming down south. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. That sounds
like a great idea. Look forward to that. Well, I'm sure we're going to be chatting again, Melissa, as you keep releasing new music and the video concepts for it. I'm looking forward to that. But we've got your new single here ready to go for the Flow listeners. If you could please introduce it for us, and thank you so much for spending time with us again on Flow.
Thanks for having me, Clayton. Always a pleasure. Okay, so this is my new song, Caught Up in a Dream, guys. I hope you love it. Have a great day.
I got lost in a fantasy, been walking with my head in the clouds, and every day you keep telling me maybe we'll get through this somehow. But there's a place that's far away, and I can hear it calling out my name, and everyone said I should stay, but when there's nothing left to lose, you gotta find another way. Well, I won't live to know this aching in my bones, 'cause the wheels of time are rolling down the highway I don't know. And if we belong, then how could this feel wrong? I've been caught up in a dream for so long, but it won't be forever. It won't be forever. I got lost in the spinning wheel. I couldn't keep my feet on the ground, and the heartache lately has been so real. So I'm letting it go this time around, 'cause there's a place that's far away, and I can hear it calling out my name, If I'm spending all my time out here wondering, will all the years of trying count for nothing? Well, I won't live to know this aching in my bones, 'cause the wheels of time are rolling down a highway I don't know.